Alrighty, welcome back to RK Garage. So, this one's a pretty cool video, and also a bit of an interesting video. Don't know why I do it to myself. One drift car, no motor. Two drift car, no motor. No drive on. It's all here. And then, what's this? Why do I do this? So, bit of an announcement, I guess. Mace Engineering have decided to come on board and do a partnership with me for this drift car build, this drift car build. This is going to be a drift car, burnout car, mainly drift car. They've sent me a package here, well, you know, paid for it, gave me a bit of a discount, which was nice. Some parts that I gave a list with stuff that I wanted. This is also going back to Getrag, which I have back there, and this fun, what I've just been doing here. So I just picked up a Speedway cam, Speedway Prodi modified. This is the same can with one of my customers that I tuned. It made 305 horsepower. He has a little more comp than me, and he had little slightly ported heads. I have stock heads. I did get heads done here, just machined with 70 thou, no 80 thou taken off to bring the comp up. He was 98, I'll be E85. The diff ratio we did his car on was a 3.27 because it's a VE chassis, and mine will have 3.9. So obviously my horsepower readout will be lower, but my torque should be higher. And without the ported heads as well. So anywhere like 250 to 280, I'll be happy. I reckon it'll be a good target. Usual cam decos on my dyno make like 220. So just so you guys know that. So yeah, got this all dialed in. Got a whole bunch of gaskets, ARP head studs, everything here. New engine mounts, because I don't know how these are going to go. They didn't bother going solid mounts because I don't think it's going to need it for this. This is just like a party seat time car now. This will be the pro comp car. This will be the fun car. Yeah, coilovers will come out of here into here. Rims will go off as well. But I'm going to get cracking with it and continue on buttoning this all up. Let's time lapse a bit. I don't think you guys have had a video of me doing anything for a while, so yeah, let's time lapse it. Alright, so stop that time lapse there. I'm not going to put the balancer on just yet because I might go to a parts store tomorrow and get a brand new crank angle sensor. Not a Goss one, try and get like a half decent brand, just so I don't have to take that off in the car. Heads can't go on because I need to get some spring retainers because the spring base was machined, so otherwise the springs will move about. What I can do is I can put the new engine mounts on. I'll do that off camera, you guys don't need to see me do that. Use the Mace timing cover gaskets. I use Permaseal head gaskets. I use them for boost and for NA. Can't go wrong. Yeah, they can be a little bit expensive, but I've never had one fail. And they can hold a ton of boost. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep cracking on with it and we'll film when we're up to the next bit. All right, it's the next day. Came off night shift yesterday. I was awake for, I don't know, it was 24 hours or whatever when I was filming, so wasn't much energy. But anyway, bit of an update. So, heads are all bolted on. Check going for push rods. Gotta go to a local parts store, performance parts store, what do you want to call it. Pick them up. Have my Mace limb gaskets here. These would be good to run. Like I said, Mace have jumped on board, send us out a bunch of parts. So I've used these on customer cars before. I haven't used any of them on my own because I've always had a spare set of the reusable AC Delco ones. So this would be good to test out, see how they go. Yeah, so valve springs all in. Got my Brushworks Slick 6s, alternator relocation bracket here. You just have to modify, you probably can't see now because it's all on there, you have to cut part of the engine mount bracket to get that in, but that's all mounted on. Got my belt. I moved this so it doesn't sit as high, so it's a bit more appealing. Made up a bracket here to support the backside. Obviously I'm just going to cut that and that, or when I go to Bunnings later, get a bulk suit. But that's all welded onto there. Ignore those welds, but I just absolutely got it on there, so it's going to be good. But that's mainly just to support it so that it won't pull up or down. I don't have any issues of it walking this way because it is wedged into the head. But yeah, that's on there. That shouldn't look too bad on there. And then I just got my IAT sensor in here because that's where I ran it on my turbo car, so I got my wiring to suit that. So I'm gonna put it there. Obviously no intake pipe with this bad boy. Have a big filter coming. That's 14 inches wide. This one's 9. I believe it will be the same height. This might be 6 inches high. I got a 5 inches high one. I haven't actually measured this. I just know that I haven't measured the height, measured the width. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. This GoPro is going to die soon, so I better put it on charge. Oh yeah, so just got to redo my alternator harness. So from here, I'm just going to run it to this post here, and then I have my wiring here that went up to the stud on the firewall. And then I'll just remake new ones of this, add a resistor in. I'll probably just wire both to this stud because when the car's not on, the car's not on, what do you call it? The isolator's off, so I'm just not going to sit there exciting it the whole time. So I have no issues just running it straight off the terminal stud there. Yeah, I think that is all for now. New oil filter, have new oil, new spark plugs. Right, now that I've filmed this bit, showed off the gaskets, I can get this on. So I'm going to do that off camera. I've got to open the lid up and get all the shavings out from drilling in that intake air temp sensor. So I'll do that. Yeah, and cut back later. Alright, it is the next day again, or another day in between, don't know. But everything is all together. So still different filter is on the way, but that's just there. Everything's mounted, so you can see the alternator bracket tensioner with my custom bracket there, because this would usually sit up around in this area here, but I think it looks kind of good with it all low. It's kind of unique, kind of shows off everything else. Yeah, so now I'm gonna take the filter off just so the crane doesn't have to go as high. I'm gonna get it off the stand. I'm gonna rest it on my ladder here. I'll still support it, but have it resting there. Whoa, you guys, don't know where I was facing you guys then. Have it resting there, bolt the crank on, gonna drill in the dowels, smack the dowels in, because I refuse to have a get ragged Ecotec without dowels, especially in a drift car. I like my legs. So I'm gonna do that. I probably won't film that. I'll just come back to it after. I have a whole video on how to dowel the crank, so you can watch that. Just gotta remember to drink a beer. So I'm gonna get that done. Got some exhaust gaskets. I think it's like 4:30 p.m. I'm hoping I can get all this done and get it dropped in the car. And then hopefully line the gearbox up, because I'm gonna have to modify the cat back. So I would like to at least have all that extractors in, make sure extractor's clear. To be able to tomorrow spend on the exhaust to get the exhaust to fit, because I bet I'm going to be cutting it up and welding it to fit, because it was for the E chassis, the EVF chassis. We'll see. My nose is running because there's a lot of wind. I'm going to put my jumper on. But yeah, I'm going to get to it, not waste time, and I'll cut back to you guys once the flywheel and clutch and everything's all on. And yeah, might as well film it going in the car. But yeah, I've also got to put the sway bar in. I'm going to make my own sway bar links to go on the lower control arm. So some flat bar, some right angle, drill a hole, VZ I think it is, or VE sway bar links. They're just short, they're like that long. Got them somewhere over there. Got my table full of crap that I need to clean up over there. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's get to it. So I don't know how many days it's been now, but I did the usual thing of me, the non-YouTuber thing these days, and I just cracked on with it. I don't remember where it was when we left off. It's probably still in the engine stand, I think. Maybe I was putting the cam in or putting it, I don't know. But yeah, don't know what to say. Let's just show you what it is, I think. So yeah, it's in, it's running, it's done, it's complete. Just got to get it on the dyno and tune it, which I'll do maybe in a couple of days, don't know. There is a couple of exhaust leaks I do need to fix. There was one crack I got told about on this passenger side manifold I completely forgot about. So we take that one off, weld it, and there is a leak on the driver's side. I can see it from the top, so that'll be alright. I can just weld it on in there. But I did have to modify the absolute crap out of the driver's side, the extractor, and also the catback. But so these look bad because I didn't shave off the old welds. These are already modified and I just remodified them, so you can see there they've been extended. There was a piece down the bottom there that was caved in. I also fixed all that up. If I remember when editing, like usual, like I always say, I'll add in picture of it here before and the after I welded in a bit of pipe suit, well, half a pipe to something smacked in. But I reckon it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty goddamn tough. Doesn't quite sound like my mate's one that I tuned, but I had to extend from the extractor to the wire pipe. Maybe that has a lot to do with it as well, but and obviously change the extractor slightly, slightly longer runners. Maybe that changed it a bit as well, but definitely doesn't sound like an Eco. It does sound pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see what it's like under load and full noise. Curious to see what it's going to make. I don't know. As long as it makes more than 250 horsepower with 3.9 diff gears, I think I'll be happy. Maybe down the track I'll have to give it some fuel gas, but can't argue with how cool this looks. And then shut the bonnet. It does touch slightly. And then, like, I don't know, gonna come down like this angle. Just like, how cool does that look? I don't know what it looks like on video, but in person, that's just sick. Don't need to lower the front slightly. I lowered it a bit, need to lower it some more. But yeah, I reckon this looks tough as hell. And then we'll jump in the car. I'll try and get the camera from my eye view. So, let's get in here. Oh yeah, so get Trags back in, make short shifter. Just gonna make a plate up to cover this. Did this so it's easy to get the T56 in and out. So, where I'm sitting, I think I'm like there. I think that is what I see. Sorry for how bright the GoPro is making this, but no, I can't do it. Anyway, you can see the filter just there popping out. So that's bloody cool to look at. See how much it impedes my view from when I'm driving, but you know, most of the time you're looking that way. and that way, or like there and possibly there, not really looking there, it's always past it, so should be alright. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here because yeah, I think the next one for this car at least anyway will be on the dyno. I've got to film an update on the silver pro car because heaps has been done on that. But yeah, so I just want to say a big thank you for Mace Engineering for jumping on board and sponsoring this build and sponsoring my business and myself with a few other builds as well. So that's been great. Got a lot of parts through them. Haven't had any complaints of any of them yet, or do not have any complaints about any of them yet. Always use them in customer cars anyway for their parts. I've tuned a million of their cam packages as well as installed them, but it's awesome to have them on board. It's going to be weird, this car going back to NA though. It started NA, it was never cammed until it was turboed, so, and now I've got a Spiceeeee cam in it, a Spiceeeee sounding exhaust. It'll be interesting. Wouldn't mind putting 411s in the rear instead of 39s, but we'll see if I can get some easily and cheaply. But yeah, so I think for now, as per usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon for another video.